Welcome to the channel, everybody. Today we're diving headfirst into the fascinating world of military might in the Arab world. Get ready to be amazed by the sheer numbers and mind-blowing facts about the top 10 most powerful Arab countries when it comes to their military budgets. We're talking billions and billions of dollars dedicated to defense. So buckle up because we're about to rank the heavy hitters in the Arab world. Which country will claim the top spot? Stay tuned to find out. Alright folks, let's kick things off with the heavyweight champion of military spending in the Arab world, Saudi Arabia. What do they spend all that cash on, you ask? Well, for starters, they've got more tanks than a Hollywood war movie set. And let's not forget about their Air Force, which boasts some of the most advanced fighter jets money can buy. They've got F-15S, Typhoons, Tornadoes. Basically, if it's got wings and can drop a bomb, Saudi Arabia probably has it. But their military prowess isn't just about fancy equipment. They've also got a massive active-duty military force, hundreds of thousands strong, ready to defend the kingdom. Sitting on a sea of oil tends to make you a pretty important player in global politics, so, yeah, Saudi Arabia is not a country you want to mess with. Next up, we're heading to the land of skyscrapers and supercars, the United Arab Emirates. Now you might be thinking, hold on, isn't the UAE all about glitz and glamour? And you wouldn't be wrong. But don't let the fancy buildings and luxurious lifestyle fool you. The UAE might be small, but they've got a military budget that packs a serious punch. They've been on a bit of a shopping spree lately, snapping up some of the most advanced military hardware on the market. The UAE has been increasingly active in regional conflicts, projecting its military power beyond its borders. The UAE has been investing heavily in training and technology, making sure their armed forces are among the most skilled and modern in the region, so underestimate the UAE at your own peril. Let's be honest, you can't talk about military power in the Arab world without mentioning the OGs of the game, Egypt. I mean, these guys have been around since the time of the pharaohs. Egypt boasts the largest military force in the Arab world, with hundreds of thousands of active-duty personnel. Recently, Egypt has been on a bit of a modernization kick, upgrading its military equipment and investing in new technologies. Strategically, Egypt is like the keystone of the region. It controls the Suez Canal, which is basically the world's most important waterway. When it comes to military power in the Arab world, Egypt is a force to be reckoned with. They've got the history, the manpower, and the firepower to back up their claim as a major player in the region. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're heading to North Africa to check out Algeria, a country that's often overlooked in discussions of military power. But trust me, this sleeping giant is waking up, and the rest of the world is starting to take notice. Algeria is like that quiet kid in class who everyone underestimates until they ace the final exam. They've got a massive landmass, a large population, and a whole lot of natural resources, including oil and natural gas. We're talking about a country with one of the largest armies in Africa, equipped with thousands of tanks, armored vehicles, and artillery pieces. But here's the thing about Algeria, they're strategically located in a super important part of the world. We're talking about a gateway between the Mediterranean Sea and the Sahara Desert, bordering several volatile countries. Algeria might not be the flashiest military power in the Arab world, but they're definitely a force to be reckoned with. Now let's talk about Iraq. A country that's been through a lot in recent decades, to say the least. Years of conflict and instability have taken their toll, but Iraq is determined to rebuild its military into the powerhouse it once was. Iraq has been investing heavily in rebuilding its armed forces, recruiting and training new soldiers, and acquiring new military equipment. We're talking about a country that's gone through a crash course in modern warfare, and they've learned a lot of hard lessons along the way. Today, Iraq boasts one of the largest armies in the Arab world with hundreds of thousands of active-duty personnel. They've been on a bit of a shopping spree lately, acquiring new tanks, armored vehicles, and artillery pieces from countries like the United States and Russia. Iraq is like that boxer who's been knocked down a few times but keeps getting back up, stronger and more determined than ever. They're a country on a mission to reclaim its place as a major military power in the region. Next up, we're heading to the tiny but mighty nation of Qatar. Qatar is a small country, but they've got a big secret weapon alliances. See, Qatar is best buddies with some of the biggest military powers in the world, including the United States. In fact, the US has a massive airbase in Qatar, which is home to thousands of American troops and a whole lot of firepower. But Qatar isn't just relying on its friends for protection. They've been steadily building up their own military capabilities, investing in advanced fighter jets, warships, and missile defense systems. And let's not forget about Qatar's strategic importance. Qatar might be small, but they're a perfect example of how even a small nation can punch above its weight in the military arena. Now let's talk about Kuwait, a small but wealthy nation nestled on the Persian Gulf. You might know them for their oil reserves or their love of luxury cars, but Kuwait is also quietly building up a formidable military force. They've been on a bit of a spending spree lately, snapping up some of the most advanced military hardware money can buy. But Kuwait's military prowess isn't just about buying fancy toys. They've been investing heavily in training and technology, making sure their armed forces are among the most professional and well-equipped in the region. And let's not forget about Kuwait's strategic importance. They're located in a pretty volatile neighborhood, right next door to some of the most powerful and unpredictable countries in the Middle East. Kuwait might be small, but they're a perfect example of how a nation can achieve a lot with a combination of wealth, determination, and a healthy dose of military might. Next up, we're heading to the southeastern tip of the Arabian Peninsula to visit Oman, a country that's often overlooked in discussions of military power. Oman is like the wise old owl of the region, quietly observing and strategically building up their military capabilities. They might not have the largest military in the Arab world, but what they lack in size, they make up for in strategy and finesse. Oman has a long and proud military history, and they've learned a thing or two about defending their territory over the centuries. Oman has been steadily modernizing its armed forces, acquiring new equipment and investing in training and technology. They've been particularly focused on bolstering their naval capabilities, given their strategic location along vital shipping lanes. But Oman's military strength isn't just about hardware. Oman might not be the flashiest military power in the Arab world, but they're a force to be reckoned with. Hold on to your keffiyehs, folks, because we're heading to the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, a country that's small in size but big on heart and military prowess. Jordan has long been a close ally of the West, particularly the United States, and they've received significant military aid and training over the years. They've put that assistance to good use, developing a highly professional and well-trained military that's capable of punching well above its weight class. They've been particularly focused on counter-terrorism and border security, given their proximity to some rather unstable neighbors. But Jordan's military strength isn't just about fighting terrorism. Jordan might not have the largest military in the Arab world, but they're a perfect example of how a small nation can make a big difference with the right combination of training, equipment, and unwavering determination. And last but not least, we arrive at the gateway to Africa, Morocco. This North African nation is a land of contrasts, with ancient cities, stunning deserts, and a modernizing military that's starting to turn heads. Morocco has been quietly but steadily building up its military capabilities, investing in new equipment, upgrading its existing arsenal, and focusing on training and professionalization. They've been on a bit of a shopping spree lately, acquiring advanced fighter jets, tanks, and missile systems from countries like the United States and France. But Morocco's military aspirations go beyond just acquiring shiny new toys. They're determined to become a major military power in the region, projecting their influence across North Africa and beyond. Morocco has been particularly focused on bolstering its air and naval capabilities, given its strategic location along the Strait of Gibraltar, a key maritime choke point. This North African lion is on the move, and they're poised to roar onto the scene as a major military power in the years to come. And there you have it, folks. The top 10 most powerful Arab countries based on their military budgets. Thanks for sticking with me on this whirlwind tour of military might in the Arab world. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more awesome content, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Let me know in the comments which country's military power surprised you the most. Until next time, stay curious, my friends.